In this series, we take a look at what pros are doing and try to figure out why it worked or failed. We can then learn the lessons and implement them into our play. We're going to start off with local hero JT Compher and how he scored a couple of his goals in the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. In this first play, we're going to see JT hustle up the ice and then settle into open ice just inside the dots. He receives the pass with a nice soft catch and quickly fires off a snapshot for the goal against the goalie sliding across. It seems pretty simple, so what can we learn from it? The first thing is that Compher skates to open ice with purpose and then settles into it. There's a noticeable change of speed. He's not blindly crashing the net, and he's not gliding around watching the play. The other key point is the width that he's using. The defenseman is taking away the middle of the ice pretty well and not overcommitting to the puck. If JT skates down the middle of the ice or even lined up with the weak side post, the D will be able to step to him and interrupt the play. Instead, he gives himself enough room that the defenseman will never get there in time. However, he stays inside the dots, and that's not by accident. If we go to the whiteboard, you may see a coach draw up this home plate shape with a line from the post to the dot and then up. Shots from inside this area tend to be higher percentage than shots from outside it. Compher's shot is taken from right about here. Finally, we see that he does not stick handle at all. It's a good soft catch that puts the puck into a great shooting position to snap off a snapshot. It's a skill that takes practice. In a team practice, the most direct way to get that practice is to start a line in the middle and have the first player skate out to his forehand side and receive a pass from the second player. It's a very simple drill to directly work on this skill, but you can make it more complicated and simply end with that catch and shot. If we go back to the play and look at it from the defensive side, the defenseman is in a pretty good position. If he charges the puck carrier can push the puck to the middle of the ice and give JT a breakaway, so the defenseman is forced to hold the middle. The one thing I'd change for him is the way he reaches out to cut off the passing lane. By reaching straight forward and then pulling back to two hands, I think he's trying to bait the passer to make the pass under his stick and then intercept it. However, he's relying on the passer falling for the bait. Instead, if he reaches his stick more towards the passer, he'll take away space from the passer and be more likely to block the pass or force a bad pass. The breakup won't be as neat as a clean pickoff, but it should take away the immediate opportunity. In defensive situations, we should be looking to take less risk, by going for a low probability attempt at a clean pickoff rather than a higher percentage opportunity to break up the play. He wasn't able to protect his team. However, the backchecker is the biggest culprit on this play. At this point, he's ahead of Compher. If he immediately peels off and takes away the middle, he should be able to stop any play through the middle and allow the D to shift over and play the puck carrier more aggressively. Instead, the backchecker hangs to the outside, trying to pick the puck from behind. He's never able to catch the play and doesn't do anything to take away the middle of the ice. That's a huge mistake and cost his team the goal. I also want to show that this play is not some accidental one-off by Compher. In a later game in the same playoffs, he gets a similar play, but in this case, the passer was more bottled up and not really a shooting threat, so the goalie was able to read it well and got strong depth to take away the net from the shooter. However, you should note that the shot is from almost the exact same spot as the first goal. One last time, we are later in the same game against the Blues when Compher attempts the same shot again. This time he's a little bit higher when he receives the pass and doesn't catch it quite as cleanly, so he takes one stick handle to gather it up and fire. Unlike the last time, the goalie doesn't have the aggressive depth and gives Compher the upper corner to bury an extremely important goal. I'm not sure why the goalie didn't get that aggressive depth like last time. My best guess is that there were still two other active Colorado players he had to account for and didn't want to commit so much to the shooter. As the puck carrier, we can learn to read the goalie. If you get comfortable enough with the puck, you can look at the goalie to help make decisions. If the goalie is outside the crease on a good angle, it's time to pass or carry the puck further. If the goalie is back inside the crease, it's time to fire away. I hope you've learned a little bit of something from the analysis of these simple plays. By combining strong fundamental skills with basic concepts of finding space without pushing yourself too wide, it is possible to have success even at the highest levels of hockey.